I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is September 3rd, Tuesday, 2024. Hope you had a good start to your month. Hope you had a good weekend here and a good holiday. So we had obviously two options. That's why we were flexible. This did look like it was about to push up, right? And then break through all this liquidity. And then if you're following, you'll notice that we've been talking about possible this situation where we're getting these lower lows and lower highs, and building that liquidity, and then we just shoot down to take out liquidity. That's kind of like where we're aiming today. We're kind of going today. When we blew through this daily imbalance right here, this August 15th, well, that kind of gave us a clue that we would possibly come more down, only because of it. If it's below 50%, then it's not really that bullish, and it's not. Yes, it's balancing the price and all that, but at the same time, you have a chance of it continuing down. But what do? We pushed back up for Thursday of last week. Friday we fizzled out right here, and then Monday. So we had a holiday on Monday, and I wasn't trading, of course. Most people aren't, but you get the price. You get this push up here, and you get this sweep of liquidity of Friday, and then you do not take out again Thursday. So now we got this pool here, and this is manual intervention at its finest. As you see this candle, this August 19th, this Monday, I dragged that out right here. You see this? It's very faint. You see it right there? See how this is a daily imbalance that we're using it as an inversion. If you take a look here, I'm going to zoom in for you. See this right here? We're bumping in it. Look at the bodies. They're getting stuck in that gap right here in between Monday and Friday right here. This August 19th. See this gap right here? See how the bodies are sitting there and they're respecting it? And then look at, we're wicking up. We're hitting the bottom of that inversion imbalance. Now turned inversion imbalance, right? And that's framing this. And when I saw this, when I started the day today, I'm like, look how we came perfectly to that level. So you see that, right? So this is that inversion imbalance I'm talking about. And look how we tagged that right there today. Well, not today. Well, yeah, today. In the Asia session, as soon as we opened up. So and what gave it away for me dropping was this candle right here. This 4 a.m. Candle right here. See how we dropped hard right there, and then we broke those lows. Like, this is not telling me that we're buying here. Number one. Number two, if you look at the price action right here, just this little circle of price action right here, see how we're underneath it and we're bumping against it. This is your classic resistance. And if you look at this candle right here, this 8 o'clock candle, we poke right in that imbalance right here. I don't have that all drawn out, but with me seeing this, and I mean, even if you just kind of like a fake trend line here, let's take a look here. Like a fake trend line, just a phantom trend line right there. If you see, this is very common. I made a video recently, like I think it was for the Thursday, of the same type of price action, but this is on a higher time frame. Again, we're not drawing trend lines, but it's just common price action. And this gave it away. This was like the final ticker for me. But if you remember and you recall the videos I made on Friday, which was this Friday? Yeah, right? Yeah. When I was telling everybody, I was like, if you watch it at this minute mark, 19 minutes and 25 seconds, I was literally saying that this NVIDIA I was like, this doesn't look good for Nas to not keep coming down. I was like, this didn't look good. So, and sure enough, if you take a look what we ended up doing, we fucking came down hard, right? So that's what I was talking about there. And if you recall, I made a video here the day before that, which was the 28th here. And then you could see me outlining these two lows that we've got right here for liquidity. And sure enough, we did take that out today, right? So as you see here, right there, see that? So we hunted that week, the previous week low, which would have been Wednesday's low. So we hunted that previous low, right? And then we came and we cleaned that up, and they even came as far as taking that low out. Now we're in. Let me clean this up. Now we came into this daily imbalance right here, this August 13th. If I drag this out here for you, you'll see that we just tagged that now. So do you want to see this as support, or do we come underneath and use this as resistance in the long run? Are we going for these equal lows here? Starting to look like it for sure. But September is going to be very interesting in the way the pattern is, the historical pattern looks like. But if you take a look here, you'll see that this projection here, the 2 and the 2.5, we came to it and we reversed, well, we retraced, I should say, got stuck with this weekly gap right there. See that? Holding it. Look at that. I mean, you can't miss that. And then if you look here, the 3 and the 3.5 right here, it's a nice reversal area. If we come down here to then come back up and wipe out some of these sellers, or if they do go up all the way, only because the historical data with September, the 15-year specifically. So that being the case, just so we understand each other, I'm going to show you the trade, only a couple trades, only because I want to show you algorithmic theory. I want to show you the understanding that even if, and you can see it right there, even if I drew a fake trend line right there, you see that? You see how it turns just all bearish like that? You see that? See how we were using this as possible support, but we didn't break these highs and we didn't keep going up. We're coming down. So in that sense, this is manual intervention. This is literally like pausing and reversing. So imagine fake trend line right there. You can see it very clear, right? But we listen. The point of me showing you this is to tell you that I don't need to be right to still be in the right side of the market or to join the right side of the market. Like this is a prime example, right? And if we look here, actually, let me go back to this real quick. Try to make this video short. Let me go to 1 minute for here, and then I'm going to break it down real quick. So us understanding that this candle right here, this 4 a.m. shot down, and we're sitting here. Look at the price action just sitting there coupled. If you take a look here, I'm going to squint a little bit, so it's just bear with me here. So this is that price action that I'm talking about right here. That's sitting there. So the 4 o'clock pushed it down, right? We broke those lows. You got already order flow right there. Like that's number one. Number two, we're getting this little price action retracing, right? Constant drives. And then if I zoom in, this is so hard. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about. So we tap into this inversion imbalance of the 7-11. We tap that, we bounce up here, and we wipe out all the easy sellers right there. But this is to show you that this is a very good entry. I started at 10:30 today because of the opening range. I did have a doctor's meeting with my wife. We got the fertility specialist and all this other shit. So I was busy at 9:30, but I was ready at 10:30, which is good because, I mean, by then the opening range has, not the opening range gap, which would be this, the opening range between 9:30 and 10:30. That's basically the price action of what's being delivered. So I use that as well. So here you see that we 9:30 immediately shoots it down, leaves this open, and then boom, this 9:31 candle makes a low and breaks these lows right here, and then pushes back up, and then the 9:32 comes down. So you boom, that's it right there. There's your controller price right there. This 9:31. And it's constantly lower, low, lower, high. It's slithering down, just like on a floating day that we teach, floating up. If you watch this channel on some of these trades that we've been, or the videos that are up here coming up, well, that's floating up. This is called floating down. This is slithering down. So it's the same principle. And you don't want to fight the trend. You're not trying to be smarter than you should be. You know that we're coming for liquidity below, and you just need to follow the order flow. And how does that look like? It looks just like this. So for example, we get these 3 candles up, and we get pushed down, and then we get a push up. So a nice little speaker, but very confusing. And then this last candle, this up candle, this 949 candle, makes an imbalance right here between the 950 and the 952. You can see that we pop right in, right there. And nice imbalance right there, and holds perfectly that last up candle. This becomes the control of price for today, for the rest of the day after that. So then we get this inversion imbalance here, this 940. So what we do is we push through, and we come underneath and we come back up. Look how we come back up, and then I got these last 3 candles highlighted. The 47 to the 49. You can see here that we're bumping it. We're bumping the level, the low level, not the opening. That would be too refined. You would have missed it. But what do you have in here? You have that inversion imbalance. I got it dragged out. See how look how the bodies and everything just stops right dead in its tracks. So beautiful right there. Again, I'm not even involved yet, but then we get price pushing down again, and then look at these last 2 up candles here. This 1001 and the 1002. So that pushes up. It creates the wick. It creates the wick of this 4-hour candle. Very, very minute, very small, and then you get the expansion. So if we make this simple, what do we have here? We have accumulation. So Monday is considered, like, because it's a holiday, you're seeing the movement today, right? Like sometimes you'll get the preface of Monday like as a holiday, but then you'll see the real move. So today would be kind of like our Monday, right? And what do? We pushed up first and we took out liquidity to the left side, and then we started breaking down lower lows and lower highs, right? So you have your accumulation, then you have your manipulation with these 2 pushes up here and this push up here. These are, let me see, can I highlight this? That is your manipulation legs up. So manipulation, and then what? Distribution. 9:30 kicks in, distribution, 10 o'clock follows it and pushes it down, right? Big classic bearish day. So then what do we do? Well, we're tagging these 2 up candles. You see, we tag it, we come up, we tag it again to the perfect head right there. Look at that. Now that's at the open level, right? And then we shoot down. So what do? Well, now I'm ready, right? And 10:30, I see the range. The opening range is from here to here. The highest high and the lowest low between 9:30 and 10:30 is sitting right here, right? So I understand that when we're coming, we already hit this level to the perfect tick. When I see that, I'm like, all right, we're algorithmic delivery at perfection right there. So what do I expect? I'm taking this trade from here to the next gap. So I'm going from gap to gap, right? So we went from this gap here, and I'm coming down to this gap, and then to this gap, and so on. And that was my game plan today with the order flow. Already got the order flow. It's already bearish. So right here, this is where this 1031 candle kicks in. So I'm saying all this to say this 1030, once 1030 is closed, we have the opening range, this would be the low of that 1030 opening range. And then guess what? I'm immediately getting in this 1031 and pushing down and coming. Where am I taking it? Again, like I said, I'm taking it close to this gap right here. Yes, I know that we have this liquidity low, but I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to be profitable. So what happens? We get this bearish imbalance. We tag in underneath the 0.5% of it, the 50% of it, which is a great sign of being bearish. So continuously going. This happens to be a 5-minute imbalance right here. Let's go to the trade real quick. There's no way to make these videos short. And then what's it called here? You can see me getting in here. As soon as it's pushing down, I'm in right there, right? Stop loss right above at 50% of that wick. It's gone, shooting it all the way down. And right here, I'm actually pointing at the, for some reason, I don't know why you can't see my cursor here when I screenshot it, but I'm literally highlighting this to show you the time, which is 10:50. Me getting out at 10:50, right? On purpose, because of the macro kicking in of the 10:50 to 11:10. So just in case it decides to whip on me or whatever the case is, I'm just taking it from this gap to this gap. It's just showing you the purpose. Yes, I have this highlighted. Yes, I understand that that's that liquidity levels right there and right there, right? But for me, I need to take this trade and be profitable, and be done. So can I find another entry? Yes, this is why I'm going to show you this trade. So now we got to this level right here. See that? That's that 950 candle right here. And then what does it do? Comes down a little more, comes back up. Now it comes back up to hit this 5-minute imbalance. There's a 5-minute imbalance here. If I show it to you, just show it to you real quick. What a day, dude. Jesus. That's that 5-minute imbalance right there. So we tag it right there. We come in, we tag it. So we had this 5-minute imbalance right here, and then the one above it was the one that it wanted to really touch. So now that you've seen that, this will make sense, which is the 1140. So while this is happening, and this is, and the reason why I'm showing you these trades again is because I mentioned that this could be a nice support area, come up and wipe out this liquidity, but we didn't get that. And I'm showing you this to show you that I don't need to be married to something, and I can still follow the flow. I can still be profitable, and I can still not just let it overrun my decision making. So this was the good decision making that I made. Why? Because of the fact that I got order flow, and I'm not going to fight it. You got to understand that. You got to understand that. Got a nice projection here, by the way. Oh, by the way, I was taking it to this area because now we've also hit the 3 to 3.5, the 3.5 to 4 standard deviation here on this projection from this swing from there to there, right? That which is from today at Asia, from yesterday's price action. So imagine you didn't even have a divider of what day it was, what time it was. This flow is still acting. This flow is still working. That's why I like price over time, but you have to have both because you want to be involved at distribution times, which is obviously in this case. But just showing you the logic here and how I'm holding it. So when I'm taking this trade, it looks like a very awkward trade, right? It looks like I just took the momentum trade. But when I'm at this gap and we bounced off of it, I know that we're coming to this gap. This is where I'm going, right? So what I do expect a momentum move, right? And so on. And I know I haven't even got to this 3.5 to 4. So that, hope that makes sense. So now that we've established that, I also change the swing from here to here. Instead of from here to here, right? What I had it, now I put it to this low, right? Because you can get different readings from different swings points. And I know this was the last up move technically. So I pushed that down here, and then from 2 to 2.5, my target area from the 2 to 2.5 standard deviation is in confluence with the low here of the week, which I understood we were coming for that, and those two lows that we discussed right over here. Remember, up here, right? So that being the case, what do we do? Where am I? Lost my train of thought. So we come up to the 5-minute. Let me check. See how long I'm doing here. 17 minutes already. So we pushed it at 5-minute. That's why I got to highlight it. Then we get this wick. Right here. And then sure enough, the price comes up. Now, when it hit there, I was like, yo, take that. And I missed it. I literally missed it. And I didn't get back in. Then the price comes to this gap right here, pushes back to that gap in the background, right? And then we push back up, literally almost hitting 50% of that wick to the tick. And I fucking missed it. And for some reason today, I don't know what it was. There were so many wicks. I can point them all out to you. All these wicks today. I was looking at other screens, and literally by the time I looked back at my main screen to push a button, I missed a fucking trade. I dude, like today it happened literally. I swear my mom, it happened like fucking 6 times. I was like, bro, really? I'm like, maybe I just need to stop looking at all these damn other screens because I'm analyzing. I'm taking a look at momentum of Dow and S&P, and I'm looking at dollar, and I'm looking at a bunch of things, and every time, I swear to God, today was the most craziest shit. Every time I got to a specific level, I'm like, perfect, and then by the time I'm about to push the button, I'm already like 10 points plus away. I'm like, dude, what the hell? So I froze a lot today. And anyways, I'm just explaining this, which is, number one is this one, and number two is this one, and I was like, okay. So anyways, and then I'll even some take profit areas here wicked on me, and I was like, bro, like serious? But anyways, we missed it here, and then we push down. When we push down, we get this inversion imbalance right here, which is here, right? This bullish candle, and then we get the bearish candle. So now we get this lower low, lower high. We make a lower low here, then we make a lower high. So when the price retraces back up, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm getting in this for sure. What does it do? It comes up, it tags the inversion imbalance right there, which we're talking about this, right? The blue one. We tag it, then we close. And when we tag it, then I also know that I'm inside this bearish imbalance. So right when it tags it, and then this next candle comes down, which is, let me go to it. This is how these videos are long, but you know, this is super game. I don't know how I can make it shorter. I mean, I just really don't. But jeez. All right. So when we got into that candle here, right? This being specific here, 12.18. The 12.18 closes. All right, and then this 12.19, it pushes up, and I'm getting in there. Look how we tagged the 50% of that bearish imbalance. This is that 11.40 I'm talking about, and we tagged that beautifully there. So let me go back here, and you can see once we push in and we're coming down, I'm pushing the button, because I know we've not only did we tag the 50%, but we've also tagged this last up candle. See that? So I'm telling you exactly how this worked for me. Okay, so what is that, dude? So that being the case, then the price comes down. We do finally hit the liquidity lows there, right? We've already, yeah, we've already hit the weekly low, and then now the main goal for me is getting those little two equal lows that we've discussed about, right? Okay, so the price comes down, playing around, then it pops back up. We get into this inversion into this regular bearish imbalance. I'm confident in it. I'm just holding. Yeah, it sucked, but I had to hold it, and I'm confident in what I'm doing. And then I'm talking about this candle right here, this 12.23. We pop up. Look how we hit 50%. We wick it. We tag it twice, which is 50% level. And in the background, you can see the bodies being held by the gap in the background. Can't make this shit up if I tried. And then you see the gap that we're discussing is this gap from right here, from July 28th, the Sunday. That's that gap that we're discussing right back here. I got them on my chart. I leave them on my chart. Then what am I doing? I'm rushing to take out. Well, I've already deleted it, but let me go back. I'm rushing for that liquidity there, and then to the gap. So I'm holding this trade from here to here because I want to hit this gap, and we had an extra candle come down. We finally wicked and hit that liquidity level right there, and then that was my target. Sure enough, what did we do? We ended up sinking a lot more than that. And then that's that action right here. Right here. I deleted it, by the way, but that's that action right here. And then what did we do? We let me go to a 5 minute here. And we ended up poking into that 5 minute imbalance right there. It's the wrong color. I don't know why I have it the wrong color, but you see how we poke right into that and that bearish imbalance. Jesus. All right, and then we slither down and make another lower low, pop back up, and this is where we're at. So we're not closed yet, but and then yeah, we're so we now tapped into this daily imbalance, taking out that low as well, and that's where we were. So I don't know what else. Let me see. We did have a nice purge here on S&P, taking out that high from Thursday. And then we did not get that on NAS, and we did not get that on Dow, and that was kind of like your divergence pushing us down pretty nicely. And this is a higher time frame. It's a 1 hour I'm showing you here. So now we've all wiped out the liquidity on the left side. If we zoom out a tiny bit, yeah, Dow didn't take out this low. Let's go to dollar real quick. You could see that I was mentioning that are we going to get some of that bullish activity from these three candles and from this low, from this bottom, taking out that low and all that. That was going to happen. Maybe I was telling you that the market was going to be held because dollar needed to come down here, and once it did that, it was going to start pushing up, which would push us down and hold us down. This is kind of like what I was talking about. So if you've been watching the videos, then you'll know what I'm talking about, right? Other than that, if you take a look at that, dude, look at this shit, bro. If that's not manual intervention, bro, I mean, I don't know what is. So sorry, I don't care what anybody says. That is super manual intervention, bro. So they made new highs barely, and then they literally sank it back and wiped them all out, bro. That's dirty. That's so dirty. I mean, the logic here for me is so obvious. But anyways, there's that, and then here's, man. So S&P got a lot taller, and this could be that bearish that bearish recession that we're talking about. I mean, bro, for them to do this, bro, that's manual intervention, bro. There's no question. And then we got down here. So where do we go from here? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's right back to the same bullshit. Only because that they have all right to come down here. Tagged it. Now this is going to be very key how this daily imbalance performs to me, in my opinion. Because we got some big news this week. We got, I believe. Let me hold on. I know we got NFP. We got NFP. Do we have a? Hold on a second. There were 26 minutes already. Anyway, I know we got NFP this week, and then I think it's CPI next week. I'm not sure, but the bottom line is that this is starting to look like that low that where we took that high and then we came down for the low, where I was talking about that example that I made on the 15th, or man, I forgot how long ago it was. That looks like that's back in the cards. And then just to do a final a view, if you take a look at the 15-year historical data, you'll see that what we do is we generally speaking, hold on one second. We generally speaking, in a normal market, just going to put it that way, that we do come down first, right? We come down like to where we are. What is this? Okay. We come down like the way we did, and then we kind of like we do this. We do this. For September. I'm talking about the whole month of September. Like shit like this. Now this is pertaining to the whole month. All right. Obviously this is exaggerated, but let me see here real quick. I'm doing this kind of live right now. And basically we'll turn around and turn into a speaker, right? So where we come in, we took out liquidity, and then we just shoot back off. This is what and you can screenshot this. September is very common to perform its pattern, in my experience. So however that looks like, it looks like a big speaker, and the origin is here. Like you see how we came down right here. We came down, and then we come up, and then we come down. So one more time, and I'll do it on a small scale. Let's just say we do this, and then we come back to wipe out a lot of that, and then we take off, right? And that right here is pretty much what September's look like. So anyways, all that being the case, I'm taking it day by day. This is, August ended up being a really nice month, man. I mean, we came down and then we just shot up and then we retrace here. I mean, that was fucking pretty good. Generally, August is a lot more complicating, but September can also be very complicating only because of the fact that it doesn't, it will portray its historical data pattern, but it's the way they present or the way they print it is pretty awkward. So anyways, and that's kind of where we're at. I don't know what else I can really say. I've but this was the dictation right here. I mean, right there, huge, man. This is one of the biggest drops they've ever had, I believe, in one day. But that I knew that was suspect right there. So nice little pennant right there. See that? And then that's actually what I was thinking or talking about. But we came to this gap right here, and they got a gap right there, and I think Generally speaking, if we're bullish, this will be the end of the road very soon for Nvidia and for us. But we'll see. I'm not holding anything. It's all up to them. I mean, I'm trying to I feel like I'm missing something, man. I've already mentioned here. I've already mentioned the projections. Yes. So yeah, that this daily imbalance has to hold price up. And I don't care. I'm not bullish or bearish. I'm not bullish or bearish because this is also a little bit neutral for me too. We're getting oversold here. And could that slither down to get to these two low down here? Yeah, we're in a recession. I just felt like the September rate cut was going to push us up first, wipe out, and then come down. But it looks like they're not doing that with Nvidia. I'm not Nvidia. With Nas, it looks like they're doing that with everybody else. It looks like they're doing that with Dow and S&P. Right. So you guys take care and God bless.